Okay. Well, just your coffee right there, right? I'll put this a little bit over here. Ooh. Can you hold it?
Okay, so stay where you can see yourself
Oh,
pretty well, because we're
okay.
going to use it as a mirror.
Okay.
Okay. So take your breath in, and I want you to see the breath. Okay. Watch your stance.
Oh, like this.
Okay. So where do you see the air going?
I don't know why it goes. Looks like it's going in the chest. I don't know why.
See if you can get it into the back.
Okay.
What kind of air goes into the chest versus?
Oh yeah, I
remember
forgot.
the difference in the kind of air? There's certain kind of air that will always go into your chest.
I forgot.
So when you get anxious or something, where does that air go?
Oh, it goes. Okay, I see what you mean. Like it's like nervous, like
Yeah.
hyperventilate.
You don't necessarily have to be nervous, but if you're tense,
tension.
you know, that will cause the air to go really high, and if the air is really fast, it will go high. So if your body's tense or your air is going in too quickly, it's going to go high.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Also, if your back isn't open, it's going to go high. That's in there with tension.
Okay.
So that's where your stance is very important, because if your body is not receptive to a low breath, if it is blocking a low breath, it will go into your chest.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you use your stance to make sure that your back is open and it's able to expand when you breathe in. And then take a very slow, it has to be a slow breath into the bottom of your lungs first. Instead of you're filling it up from the top down, fill it up from the bottom up. Better. Grab one of those chairs, any chair you see.
I got one here.
Oh, great. Okay, sit in that chair.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can see me here. I want you to hunch over all the way. And your head just dangles. And all the weight is in your arms. So on your knees. So you're like this, and I want you like this.
Oh.
Yeah. And your whole weight is just dangling here, and you feel your back stretching out. Breathe in to where you feel your back stretch out. Does that feel any different?
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
Well, it fills up the bottom.
Yes.
Fast. I mean, like first.
Yes. So this is a type of stance, right? So in this stance, your back is super relaxed and open. So you're able to just breathe right into it.
Yes.
So stay there, and we're gonna sing our first exercise in that position.
Okay.
Did we do literals?
You told me to do chromatics, and I got the book.
Okay.
And you said you can if you get tired of doing that, but I didn't do the book at all. I just did the chromatic scales. You did not the scales. Chromatic, one, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
okay.
one at a time. One.
So start with an ah. We'll start here, and let's do that onset exercise I gave you, where you're stopping and starting the sound 3 times. Good. And do it all the way like this. Okay. I want the biggest hunch you can possibly give me. Yeah. 3 short and 1 long.
Oh, yes, right.
Good. And when you start the sound, so we talked about the stance. So these are the stages of the breath. We started with the stance. The next was the breath. The next was the onset. What is a good onset? Onset is starting the sound.
Onset? I don't know what onset.
It's starting the sound.
Just
it's
starting
just
the
another
sound.
way of saying starting the sound.
Okay, so the stance, taking in the breath, and then the onset. onset. You did say something very little about onset, but I didn't understand what it was. Onset is making the sound.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the best way to onset, to make the sound?
To know where it's gonna be.
Yeah, so having the right pitch, that's
yeah,
good.
Having the right pitch.
Mechanically, the onset is when your chords close and the air goes through them, right? If you want it to be very, very technical about it. And what is the best way for that to happen?
When your chords are closed?
Yeah, because I could go, I could go, or I can go, Lots of different ways to do it.
Or what? So you're saying, but doesn't that happen naturally?
You can onset a myriad of different ways.
Huh?
You can onset and nothing will come out. You can onset, you can blow your cords. Lots of different ways to onset, but we're looking for what the ideal onset would be.
So what's the idea? Is to prepare.
Yes, the idea is for your cords to close very gently and with the right amount of pressure. So you don't want to bang them together. You don't want to grind them together. Right? That's a grind. And they just want to nicely come together with the least amount of tension possible. And that is the right onset.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So how would you do that?
I would just do it.
Just do it. So what should your air be doing?
So your air would be, would it be your, I guess your diaphragm would have to do it, right?
Kind of. So you breathe in, your diaphragm should be down, or it's pretty hard to breathe in without your diaphragm being down. When you onset, where does your diaphragm go?
Your diaphragm goes up. I mean, it gets ready to go up.
It certainly can. It can go, certainly can do that.
Oh, okay.
But do I want it to do that?
Yes, you want it to go up, right? No?
Because we never want to push air out, right? If you push air out and you go, your cords have not actually fully come together. They're touching here and there. They're not fully together. Because there's too much air in between them. They can't close. So an extreme version of that is a whisper. So you want your diaphragm to stay down. You want it to drop down. So you want to feel a drop in your pelvic floor when you onset.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What does a drop in the pelvic floor feel like?
It feels like a compression?
No, it's just a drop actually. Should feel like really relaxed. You ever go over a hill or something in the car and your stomach kind of turns? That's kind of the area that's dropping. And it's not a big motion or anything, but you do feel just like a drop. That's something that you might want to YouTube, like dropping the pelvic floor,
I've had that. I lived in Denver, and I remember when my friends would drive me from going downhill, and they loved to see me scream. That is the most scariest feeling.
Yeah.
But they didn't happen to them. It happened to me.
It happens to some people, yeah. So just feeling this relaxation and this kind of in your pelvic floor. Some people use squats and stuff. There will be a lot of stuff on YouTube. You should probably look for stuff like that men identify with, because I can tell you as a woman what it would feel like, but you guys are built differently. So I would kind of Google that and research that and kind of maybe even, I don't know if you do yoga, talk to a yoga teacher, like how do I open this area? And when you onset, you want that to open and drop, and your diaphragm to drop.
Okay, so the first thing is the stance, then allow air to come in from the bottom up, and
it's your diaphragm's already going to be down.
And it's gonna.
So you just have to keep it there.
So keep your diaphragm down.
If you take a nice deep breath, do you feel kind of something dropping here.
Yeah.
It has to drop for you to get a really deep breath.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So as you start the sound, your job is to simply just let it stay there.
And that's the onset is up here though.
Yeah, but that's your breath. So if you start the sound and then your diaphragm comes up and pushes air out, then you're gonna have a very breathy sound in the voice.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, and that's the onset.
That's part of the onset.
Okay.
So you should, when you onset, you should be thinking about, do I have a drop?
A drop.
Because you want that to stay down, so it's gonna feel like you're dropping it because you're used to it going up. What should your ribs be doing?
Expanding.
Yeah, so you don't want to go, ah, right? You're going to go, ah. These are your ribs. Yeah?
Right.
So everything's going out and dropping. So this is pelvic floor, this is ribs. Ah, ah. You're getting bigger,
really?
not smaller. You're
but
not
if you're making
out.
sound, it doesn't go out?
But that's your air. This is your air. So if you do this, you're pushing air out. If you do this, you're compressing air, you're keeping it in, you're making a really great water gun.
Okay.
Make sense?
Okay, so but the air is going out when you make a sound, but you don't want
there's some debate about whether actually air goes out when you make sound. The age-old, tried and true test of the great tenors of the past was the candlestick, and they would place.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, they would place a candle in front of the mouth of a tenor, and he'd have to sing some crazy aria.
And it doesn't blow at all. I've seen that.
And he not only doesn't blow it out, it doesn't flicker.
But I see that. I saw that so many times.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
So whether or not any air comes out, I mean, for you as a singer, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
Because it certainly, I can tell you, it certainly does not feel like air leaves. Sound is leaving, but it certainly doesn't feel like air leaves.
Yeah.
So for you as a singer, it's always going to be better. Less air is always better. So for you, it doesn't even matter if air is leaving.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Because your goal is not to kind of indulge that idea with your brain.
Yes.
So but anatomically, even if air is leaving, it's such a little amount. I mean, how big do you think your vocal cords are?
Oh no, it doesn't have any.
Show me with your hands. Like, how big do you think that they are?
I think they're like so much. I think it's what do you call it? I don't know why. When I'm in a certain set, I can't figure.
They're teeny tiny.
What do you call it? Vocabulary. I think it's atomic like.
I don't know if it's atomic, but.
But that's how small I think it is, because I can.
You should kind of like think. I like it though, because it might as well be, because they're so small.
Yeah,
and the smaller
that's how I feel
them.
when I sing. I feel it's so atomic. I don't have any sense of a size, but such smallness. That's
you have like this voice box.
Yeah.
Right? And then that's not even your vocal cords. Like, this is a whole apparatus that your vocal cords are just inside.
Oh, okay.
So they're just, your vocal cords aren't even this big, right? They're just a little thing that's in this voice box. And certain notes they're actually bigger or smaller in. Do you know which note is the biggest?
The biggest note?
So is this a low note or is this a low note? If these are your
I would think that the low notes are the big ones.
Yeah, low notes.
They're the hardest ones to do.
They are, because you actually have to use more air on the low notes. The high notes are up here, and they're just buzzing a little bit up there. So that's why high notes are hard, because they require so little air. Otherwise, you blow your cords open. Too much air. Make sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
So this is a very huge example of what's just going on as a little teeny bit inside here. And if your goal is to, on even a low note, so they're undulating like this, or a high note where they're undulating like this a little bit faster, it's so small. And the goal is, of course, to close them. So even however big they may be open, you're trying to close them. Exactly how much air is going to be used in this whole endeavor?
Oh, yes, what you mean.
Even if air is being used, such a little teeny tiny bit of air that you might as well not worry about it.
Yes.
You're not going to really use air.
Yes, you can. Oh, just so much. Okay, so good. So I just love everything you say. Okay, go on.
So you got these little teeny tiny vocal cords, right? And you got these huge, you have 2 huge lungs attached to them. Right? Huge lungs. You know, you could live without one of your lungs.
I know that.
You
Yeah,
could
definitely.
run a marathon with one lung. You have these huge, huge lungs, and especially singers have even bigger lungs than a normal person. So why do we need to get a big breath in if we have these little teeny tiny vocal cords?
So we can endure.
The water gun.
Oh, pressure.
Pressure.
Oh boy, that's great. Okay.
Pressure. So we want the diaphragm to stay low and we want the ribs to go out because we want to increase the pressure at the onset. That's when it's kind of like an airplane. So the hardest part of flying is taking off and landing. Right? Same thing with you as a singer. Hardest part is the onset and landing, which we haven't gotten to, but that's the offset. And when you're up in the sky, it's much easier, but you got to get off and you got to dismount it, right?
Yes.
So you need the most pressure on these 2 points. So when you're onsetting, you make sure that diaphragm is staying low and not coming up. You need to make sure that your rib cage is going out. The more you increase the size of that rib cage, notice what it does to your air.
It compresses.
It compresses it.
Yes.
Okay? So that's why we're doing those 2 things at once.
Okay, so we're doing it. Okay, so we're not finished with the onset yet. Okay, that's good.
These are there's no even Pavarotti didn't have a perfect one. It's just something you're always working at. But you're trying to get it as low and as open and pressurized as you can.
Okay, so what's the definition of onset?
Onset is just starting sound. So sorry,
Starting the
I feel
sound.
like I can't breathe in this mask.
Okay, no, that's
like
good.
I'm the one breathing high.
No, I don't breathe. I mean, okay, but it's all right if I don't have my mask.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm out of practice with the mask.
Okay.
So let's get back to that onset exercise. So you're even if you're not singing like this, by the way, and you're at home or something, you're trying to get your back to feel like that, even though you're standing.
Okay.
But for now, we want to just get used to it. So breathe into your back. Make sure your abs are relaxed. Everything is relaxed so that your diaphragm can drop and the air can go into your lower lungs. And then practice that onset where it's dropping and your rib cage expands to start the sound. And that's why in this exercise, the first 3 notes or the first 3 sounds we make are short because we're just working on the onset.
It's 2 or 3. It's just or
3 short, 1 long.
Okay. You want me to do it without this sound? I mean, you want me to wait until you do the sound or just do it?
No, you can do it whenever.
Okay.
But make sure you're not doing it just to do it, but you're
Okay.
really working on.
Okay.
You might even open up your back into your thighs, so that you can work on opening it as you start the sound.
Okay.
Slow. Good. I'm gonna come over here just because I can't see you.
Okay.
You're good. I want a big arch. Your back is flat, and I want it curved, like a big C curve, if you will. I hate using that term because people use their abs more. Good. Put one hand around your back, just one hand, so that you can use the other one. Yeah. I want you using this because I don't want your abs to hold you up. So one hand here, one hand around here.
One hand here and one here.
No, one here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I don't want your abs using it. I want you to really arch where your hand is. Arch your back.
Oh.
Big arch.
Oh.
Good. Okay. Even more. You're still really like flat like this. See if you can really like curve.
Like this?
Like there should be a big curve.
Oh, like this.
More of a curve. Like I don't know. Oh, that's better.
Oh,
what
okay.
you just did is good.
Like
that's
this.
good. Yeah. Okay. Now breathe in. You should feel your back expand when you breathe in. Are you breathing in? I don't see it expand. Let go of all the air. And only put it slowly into where your hand is. Better. You feel that? Now start the sound with the same motion. Good. Now try it standing up.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, let me see a good stance. Opening.
That's really good.
Good. Oh, too high. Only low.
Right here? Okay.
Better. Good. Put your hands here. Up. Find your ribs. A little higher. Find your ribs. Good.
Is that good? Do it?
Good. Which way are your legs going? No abs. So your abs should be really squishy.
Okay.
Your abs right now are activating
Okay.
on each note.
Okay.
Better?
Is it better?
You're going, I want you to go,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Better. Better. Find your abs.
Okay.
Feel those?
Yes.
Tense them up. Feel what it feels like when it's tense. Now
Yes.
relax it. Relax it. Can you get it so you can find all that squishy stuff?
Yeah.
And you don't run into a ledge, it's just really squishy out all over the place? Okay, now forget this stuff and just keep pressing in and going all over the place because you got different abs all over the place, right? And going all over the place and make sure that they're not getting involved while you're singing.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay, I see what you mean. Well, they want to get involved.
Yeah. Good. When did they want to get involved? When did they want to get involved?
Well, because they thought that they were doing everything.
Why don't I want your abs involved?
Because it's not necessary.
It's definitely not necessary, but it's more than that. What would happen if you tensed your abs when we're talking about all the things we were just talking about?
We can't concentrate on the sound. We can't concentrate on the onset.
Yeah, so tense your abs up and feel what it does to your ribcage.
Oh yeah, it condenses, it tightens
it. It does. Now tense your abs up, feel what it does to your pelvic floor.
What's that? It drops. It kind of like, it goes up.
It goes up.
Because it's connected to your...
So it does two things that we don't want.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And there's no way around it.
Oh.
There are some teachers that practice a controlled tensing of the abs. Like you're doing like this slowly and you're going through the phrase like this. It's definitely better than some things, which is I guess nothing supporting the sound at all because it does add a little bit of air pressure. but it's definitely not optimal.
Oh,
So a lot of
sound makes it by itself? So the sound actually is producing it by itself. Almost as if it just uses what it needs and it doesn't need other things.
What do you mean?
I mean, like I'm saying, it uses the diaphragm and it's the lungs. And it doesn't like use other muscles to make it.
No, it doesn't.
No,
it doesn't. It
Oh,
doesn't.
it's
Not in its most optimal form.
Oh, okay.
You know, there are, you're a dancer, you can do a pirouette 10 different ways probably, but there's a way to make it look better. You can skip around, right, and get to it that way, right? Or you know, you can do it in a more controlled, elegant way.
The right way.
Right? And it's kind of like that. I mean, you can certainly sing and make a sound with your abs.
Oh, but I'm saying you know,
but,
you got like there's so many things that you just do bad habits.
But it's just the most optimal
Yes.
way that's going to create the best sound to do it this way.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes, I see what you mean.
Not to say that you cannot do it. But to get the most air pressure and to get the most air to pressurize, like we said, you gotta have the diaphragm drop, you gotta have the ribs open, you have to have this feeling of expanding and opening as you're starting to sing, instead of, I gotta push the sound out. You don't have to push sound out.
Okay.
It's not like it's in there and you gotta push it out like a tube of toothpaste. It doesn't work like that.
Alright.
Okay? So let's try a different exercise. You're gonna do a bit of the same. And then you're gonna keep going.
Okay.
Push in there. Sorry. Make sure they're not getting involved.
Okay.
Make sure you can go all the way in.
Okay.
All the way in. Squish.
Okay.
You're like this.
Okay.
How much you going?
Okay.
All the way through. Just like a big sigh. Good. Don't control here.
Okay.
Just let this go. I'm gonna do it higher because that's too low for me.
Okay.
Good. You stay low.
Okay.
Good. I hold my breath, but you're kind of doing all this stuff.
Okay.
You're just relaxed.
Okay.
Not like you're looking for a particular sound, you're just relaxed. lips, relax your teeth.
Uh-huh.
Better. Just kind of hitting some.
Okay.
Better.
Okay.
Better. That's how I want you to
Okay.
sing.
Okay. You have to, even though it's up, you still have to use this. I didn't know, but I didn't know that. Okay.
This is singing.
That's so weird.
That's singing.
Uh-huh.
This is everything that's controlling everything. It's not up here. It's not up here.
Okay, good.
The only thing that up here will do is modify the sound, usually in a bad way.
Oh, okay.
So instead of if I try to control the sound up here, I'm gonna go
Okay,
right?
I got it.
Right? I'm just gonna create tension that's gonna come out of my voice.
Oh, okay.
So from here, I mean, even down here, we're not creating tension actually. We're opening everything.
Oh, okay, you're opening. Okay.
So
because every time I would open, you would say yes.
Yes.
No, I got it.
So all this is open too, and it's an unaffected sound. It's like a you're cleaning off the glass.
Okay. It's right here.
Now do something that is kind of expanding with your arms.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And your arms are always going out in some way. Down here.
Right there. I'm sorry.
Good. No stiffness.
Okay.
It's only
Because I'm not used to doing it the right way.
Everything should be always easy and flexible and no tension and just open. Make sure no wax.
Okay.
Good. While you're at home, just trying to figure out how you're going to make sure you're not using abs when you're at home.
Oh, I can feel it now. It's just
Okay,
it's a bad habit. I can feel it, and then what I do is I try and.
If you have a yoga mat at home, if you lay down on your yoga mat and you put a stack of books up on your stomach, and you should be able to breathe in, and you should be able to sing everything, and those books shouldn't move. They should go up and down.
They shouldn't go up and down? They shouldn't. Okay.
And they shouldn't move around, and it should just be normal. Like they're just sitting there.
Okay.
My sense is that when you do it, one's actually going to fall off. Because you're jiggling it on each note. Right? You should be able to feel notes.
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
So even on that one.
I can.
Even on that one, like you went. So you're like separating the notes. But
okay.
Your body shouldn't like be aware of the notes.
It shouldn't go.
That's better.
Okay.
That's closer, yeah.
Okay.
So if you feel your body, you shouldn't feel like a
Yeah.
on each note.
Okay.
It should just feel like one movement as you go through the exercise, even if notes are changing.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Good. Too high.
Okay.
Get in the back.
What's that then?
That's tension.
So you don't want any tension in here either?
Should just be like you're snoozing.
Okay, now, okay.
Everything just, whew.
Okay.
Good. Get your tongue uninvolved.
Okay.
It will get involved if you're not doing your job down here.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So make sure that this is squishy, that you're up.
Okay.
By the way, your goal is to make this movement so big that I should be able to see it across the room.
Okay.
Even while you're starting and through the phrase. And right now I can't see it at all. So, but you want it to be, this big.
Oh, okay.
See that move?
And it goes out.
I mean, that moves like at least 2 inches there.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Is it better?
Yeah. Your hands all the way up. Try to touch the ceiling. You feel your rib cage pop up. You're kind of like this. Like you're trying to reach something. No, you're still like this.
Oh,
You feel like a lot of energy. Still bent. Still bent. It has to be like this.
Okay.
Better. You feel this pulling up. Okay, now sing just like that. Good, but reach. Now on the onset, you want to reach even more. So you're going.
Okay.
More reach. Not seeing any movement. Just kind of like this. And I want you like this. Not exaggerating. It has to be like that, or your rib cage isn't involved. More. Reach higher.
Higher?
Yeah. You're like right here,
Okay.
and I want you going to the ceiling like you're trying to grab that light.
Okay.
Look up at the light. Look up at that light that's not on. That light over there.
That one?
Behind you. No, that light up on the ceiling there.
This one? This one, right?
That one, it's not on.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want you to try to get it.
Okay.
Look at it.
I got what you want.
Yeah.
I got it.
What does it feel like?
It feels like it activates here. It controls here. I always thought it controls up here. Okay.
So this gets your rib cage up, right?
Yes.
Right. And it does it without you having to do it yourself.
Yes.
Because it necessarily has to go up.
Yeah,
But
we'll
it
do
doesn't
it.
necessarily have to go up like this. It only has to go up if you're
But I understand what
trying
it
to
does.
get the Christmas lights down or something.
No,
that
I
movement.
got it. I understand that.
Trying to
Thank
get
God
the
I
star for the
understand it now.
Christmas tree down, then it has to. I used to have a teacher. She would make me sing whole operas like this.
No, but you let me. You definitely got the point.
So that's what you're singing with. You're not singing up here.
Yeah, I thought the controls were there.
No.
Okay.
No. You have other controls there, but not as far as the sound goes. No.
Okay.
Like dialects you can make there and things like that. So did you do a piece? Did you work on a piece at all? Even out of the orange book?
No, I didn't, because you said do a piece if you get tired of doing the chromatic scale, and I never got tired of it.
Last time, which pieces did you bring in? Which pieces?
Oh, I was gonna bring in canto mia ben, but I didn't because I didn't know if that's what you were gonna do. But you told me that you were gonna explain something to me about the remember the text message I gave you?
Oh yeah. I don't think we have time today.
Oh, okay.
Next time we have like 2 minutes, and I want to sing something.
Oh, I did want to tell you. I didn't get a chance to tell you last time when you asked me who was my favorite singer. It was just so many that I couldn't really express it. And I wanted to get all my information, but it was one person I did loved in the beginning was Josh Groban.
Oh,
I was in New York and there was a big line. I go, "What's the line for?" And they go,
great.
"That's when he first started." Now he's different. I don't know why. But when he first started, and they go, it's Josh Groban. I got his tape, and I got the first 2 albums. That's the person that as far as idol, as far as singing, I really loved. But he changed a lot. But I liked him when he first came out.
Yeah, he has a nice voice. I have to let Caitlin in.
Okay, I'm
and
sorry.
then we're gonna sing a little bit of "Canto Mia Ben."
Okay. Oh, that exercise was. Oh, I gotta keep doing that. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, but I have to come back next week. Oh my dear Lord. Anyway, that's complete for us. I think there's not going to be anything else.